folks, to week 3 of the 806 Hssc TV. I'm Jason Pearson. This is Victor Hatchett, the co-host of the show. Man, this was an exciting week of football in week 2, wasn't it, Vic?
Yes, it was, man. Another great week of high school football in the South Plains area, man. And
y'all know how we do. We do 3 blocks. We do the top 5 games of week 2, the previous week, and the top 10 games, split them up 2 blocks. We're going to start off with the first block as usual. The top 5 games of week 2. Week 2 was a great week for Denver City. What a win for Denver City to come back, beat Sonora on the road at their house 36-29. Daniel Garcia had 14 rushes for 78 yards and 3 key touchdowns in that victory over Sonora. What do you think about that victory for Denver City and Coach Taylor and those Mustangs?
Hey, man, that's a big statement game for Coach Taylor. You know, that seems like he's working those guys in the right direction. And it looks like they're going to have a good season, man. You know, all of her hard work they've done during 2 days this year is paying off greatly for those guys.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's paying off, and just to see them, and they were in the lead the whole game. The game got back tied at 29 with 4 minutes to go. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it was Cole McElroy had a 33-yard touchdown run to preserve the win. The defense held them out on the last 2 drives. Great from Denver City. How about Friendship, El Paso, El Dorado? I went to this game. Friendship was up 35-0 in the second quarter. I left. I thought the game was over. I get back on Friendship Football's Twitter. They turned around. They lost 49-48. Wow. What do you think about that, Big? How do you blow a 35-0 lead?
Hey, man, it happens, you know, and like you say, you know, friendship to lose like that, that's, you know, I always said, like last week in the show, I said it's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, Coach Davis always does a good job of having friendship ready and prepared to play. And sometimes you break down, you mentally, things go on in the game that you maybe not prepared for. And it looked like El Paso, El Dorado came down on that long trip and took care of business.
Yeah, it did. I think Friendship was just a little bit excited. They were up 35-0, and El Paso, El Dorado, I give them credit, they didn't quit. But in the scheme of things, that's just going to make Friendship a stronger team. They may have needed that loss to get them ready. Yeah. They got a big game next week. We'll talk about that here in a bit. And our third game of the top 5 games of week 2, Canyon Randall. Goes to Lubbock Cooper, outslugs Cooper 35-28. Brett Taft had a great game. Jordan Salas, wide receiver for Cooper, had a great game also. I felt like that was just, you know, a punch, counter punch, and Canyon Randall had the last punch and won 35-28. What do you think about that game?
Hey, man, you know, it rained the whole game.
The whole game.
And so, you know, that's a difficult situation anyway. But for both of those teams to go out and compete in that weather like that, that says a lot about both of those programs. You know.
It does.
Randall's a good program, and Cooper's definitely a good program. Yes, so what a game to start off the season with. And like I said last week, piggybacking off that, you look at Cooper, they got probably one of the toughest schedules.
Yes. In
the South Plains and for high school football.
Yes,
so, you know, you wish the best for them, and hopefully they're prepared for next week.
And our All-Star Road Show continues next week. We'll talk about that later. And how about Coronado? Opened up their first home game in Plains Capital Park against Odessa High. They jumped out early, 21-0. They were up 21-0. Brandon Sherlin returned the opening kick, 86 yards for a touchdown. He also had a 34-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter. They were playing well. Yeah. It was 24-7, started the second quarter. I left that game also. Turns around, Odessa High came back, and they won the game 42-38. Sorry. Sebastian Galindo for Odessa High, 42 carries, 395 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the ground.
Wow.
What do you think about this game for Odessa High?
Wow, that is a wonderful game by that young man, the running back for Odessa High, man. And you know, your heart and your mind goes out to Coronado. I'm pretty sure those guys played pretty hard, and I'm sure Seth Barr get those guys together. First year they're working the program, and they seem like they played hard, and it seems like they're getting better each week. So you wish the best for the Mustangs also. Yeah,
JT Morris looked like he's getting a little bit more comfortable at the quarterback. Christian Hayes getting more comfortable at the wide receiver.
Yes.
Brandon Sherlin was not in the first couple of weeks of the season, so he's looking like he's getting ready to go. He played a heck of a game.
Yeah. And
let's go to our last game, the top 5 games of week 2. Crosbyton beating Farrell 39-20. You know, I thought this was going to be a great game, and it was. Just Crosbyton outrushed. Their offensive line took control of this game. You have Nathan Childress and Elliot Rios, the running backs, both go for over 130 yards and 2 touchdowns apiece. that shows their offensive prowess on that line.
Yes, it
And
does.
Pharrell played good too. J.J. Earl had a good game. They just met a team that's a little bit stronger and more physical up front on both sides of the ball.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Hey, Crosby, the Chieftains, man. Look like they're going to have a good season also, man. That running game is pretty dominant, man. And you got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Those guys, for two backs to go over 100 yards, says a lot about the work that up front guys put together.
Sure
Says a lot.
Yes, it does. And when we come back off a break, we'll jump into our top 10 games of Week 3, 1 through 5. Jason Pierce, Victor Hatchett, 806 Hssc TV. We'll be back.